Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irresistible and I'm a manifestation and soul alignment coach. My channel is geared towards helping you become your highest potential so that you can create and live the extraordinary life that is your birthright. In today's video, I want to talk about what is meant by persisting. But before we get started, just a quick reminder that I offer both email and video coaching. If you need help in manifesting your desires, especially if you perceive that you have been persisting for some time without getting the results you want, you can find the information all in the description below. And of course, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon in order to receive a notification anytime I upload a new video. So let's get started. When it comes to persisting, you hear a lot of coaches saying you have to persist. But sometimes I notice from comments, I notice from clients when they're talking to me, they say, I've been trying to manifest something for some time, sometimes years, and I have not gotten the results, or I've gotten the opposite of what I wanted. And this is where I want you to understand what is really meant by persisting. But before I explain it, I'm going to tell you what persisting is not. First and foremost, persisting has nothing to do with the time. When you say, I've been trying to manifest something for 2 or 3 years, for years, that's not persisting. That's you wanting something for that long. Because there is no way you would be persisting and not have it manifest. So the time has nothing to do with persisting. It's you wanting but inconsistently manifesting. That's what we mean with the timing. The timing is about you just wanting that thing for that long and not getting the success because you've been inconsistent with the work that you're doing. The second thing persisting is not is changing your mind frequently. So this often happens when you are dealing with an SP. You might see things that are bothering you in 3D and you're saying, I'm done, I don't want this anymore. So you're kind of giving up, wavering. And then time passes and you realize actually you still do want this. So you're kind of wavering. You're giving up, you're reacting to circumstances, you're getting triggered, and you're giving into that, and you're stopping the work, and then after some time passes, you realize you still want what you want, and then you're going back. So you're really interrupting your progress, you're changing your mind. And when you're changing your mind, you're not being faithful to your desire. So you have to make up your mind, and you have to say, I am going to persist through the doubt, through whatever shows up for me, because all of this is part of the unfolding, and then you persist with that. The third thing in which you are not persisting is you are not persisting consistently with the work. So let's say you're changing your affirmations frequently, you're trying every different technique out there. Every time there's some new technique, you're stopping and you're starting something new. You're not consistent in whatever actions you're taking. So you start something and then you stop and you start something else. So you're consistently trying the next best thing. Here again, you are wavering in a sense. You're trying all kinds of different things and you're not allowing, especially when you're doing affirmations and then switching from them, you're not allowing these new assumptions to harden into fact. You're not persisting with them. Also changing the affirmations, like you're saying, well, I've done this affirmation for 1 week, I haven't seen results, so I'm gonna change it. Sometimes something has been your story for so long, you just need to do it for a longer period of time. You're not allowing these new affirmations to harden into fact. You're giving up too soon, let's put it that way. The fourth thing that does not represent persisting is reacting to circumstances, seeing something and letting your thoughts spiral, like letting your thoughts just go out of hand, reacting, becoming super emotional, letting your feelings take over and just reacting to circumstances. So every time something happens, you're not controlling your thoughts. You're not allowing you're the thing to manifest because you keep going in opposition to it. So essentially, your thoughts are all over the place, your mental diet is not strict, and you're simply allowing yourself to react to circumstances and just letting the 3D control you rather than you controlling the 3D through your inner thoughts. The fifth way that represents you not persisting is watching 3D and keeping track of what's going on. It's like you're keeping track of every little detail. You're observing 3D, you're searching for evidence, you're trying to grasp at any movement. You're literally paying way too much attention to the 3D. Again, that's part of reacting to circumstances, but in a different way. Here, you're not reacting. Here, you're just trying to find any evidence that there is movement or things are shifting in your favor. Again, that's not persisting, that's waiting. That's really you not having faith in the work that you're doing. The sixth way in which you are not persisting is not being fully on board with manifesting. Now, I get it. When you're manifesting for the first time, you're going to have some doubts. But when you're questioning and saying, I don't know if this stuff works, guess what? You're not persisting. Because, you know, when you're doing that, you're doing it in a half-heartedly, like you're not doing it wholeheartedly. You don't have to believe it. Let's put it that way. You don't have to believe it, but you have to be willing to believe that it worked. And then you put in the work. But then you don't sit and question, well, I don't think this stuff works. And I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, but let's see if it works. You have to really wholeheartedly be willing to believe that this stuff works. And sometimes, and most of the time, people are just, there's something within them that makes them feel this makes sense, right? And even if you're new to manifesting, you wholeheartedly do the work, you put in the effort, and you know, you let things unfold. Like, you don't question it, because the law never fails you. Like, whatever you assume has to manifest. So if you're assuming that this does not work, guess what? That's what's going to happen. It's not going to work. So you really have to put those doubts to the side. Say, I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to believe that this is going to work. It's like faith, having faith in the work, having faith that this is going to work out for me. But then you can't sit and question whether this stuff works, because then that's you wavering, and that's not persisting. Now that we've spoken about what these are, what persisting is not, let's talk about what is meant by persisting. First and foremost, you have to address your inner assumptions. That is the key thing that you need to do. What beliefs do I have about why I have not yet manifested? What do I believe is going on? What is the issue that I believe I have? You want to address that. You want to create affirmations that address that issue. And actually, the issue will often be reflected in your mental diet. The conscious thoughts that come up in opposition are really reflecting what's going on within you, your inner assumptions. So you have to address these and create affirmations around them and repeat those affirmations. You want to saturate your mind with these affirmations and really be consistent in doing the affirmations, because obviously, if this was something that could be manifested right away, you would have manifested it right away. The fact you did not manifest it right away means there are some inner assumptions that you need to work on, and you work on them through affirmations. That's the first thing. The second thing you need to do is control your opposing thoughts, your mental diet. So you want to really have a control of what's going on in your mind consciously as you work on changing your inner story, the inner assumptions through affirmations. You also need to control your conscious thoughts, and you cannot let them spiral or go out of control. This is what we mean by persisting through the doubts. So when the doubts come up for you through negative thoughts, through opposing thoughts, you bring them back in. You bring yourself into presence. You remain conscious of those opposing thoughts, and you don't allow these to spiral. You say, nope, I'm not gonna let these go on their own little journey of doubt. So you kind of control them, and you bring yourself into presence, and if need be, also affirm when these thoughts come up. The third thing you need to do is not react to circumstances. And again, reacting to circumstances is not allowing your feelings to spiral, because your feelings are always a reflection of what's going on in your thoughts. So when you're seeing something happen in the 3D, you don't react. You don't allow your thoughts to spiral. Now, I mentioned in one of my videos the difference between emotions and feelings. I will link it above. Sometimes when you see the exact opposite of what you want, you can't help but feel something like emotional response. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not allowing that to continue. It's not allowing your thoughts to then spiral in response to that, in response to what's happening. And then that activates the feelings. So here, it's really very much about the mental response to what's happening in the 3D. So you have to control your responses to 3D, ignore it. That's persisting. That is persisting through that experience. Because again, as we mentioned, like your 3D is old news. So sometimes you may experience something that's unfavorable as you build the new story and create something new. So your 3D needs a bit of time to catch up. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but the thing is, you cannot allow yourself to react to circumstances. Sometimes even it's an old assumption playing out, something you still did not address within you. I talk about that in my video. Everything that you are experiencing is part of the unfolding. You can check that above. That is also why you should not react to circumstances. And you may see this as an opportunity to say, well, what other assumptions may I have within me? But not necessarily. You just persist through that. Again, you don't react. So all of this is what is meant by persisting. You do the work, you control your mental diet, you don't react to circumstances, react mentally to circumstances, and you remain consistent. You persist in doing the inner work. You stay consistent in that. It's not a once a week kind of exercise. You do it all the time in order to make sure that the new story becomes dominant within your subconscious mind. And I explain how all of this is working subconsciously. The workings of the subconscious versus conscious mind, I will link it above. You really just need to allow that new story to become your dominant story. And that is what is persisting. Persisting is doing the inner work consistently. That is what it is. And just because you've been wanting something for 2 years doesn't mean you've been persisting. Just because you've been on and off in your decision on whether you want what you want does not mean you've been persisting. Persisting is really doing the inner work consistently and not wavering. That is what is meant by persisting. And when you do this, it can happen very fast. Literally. So you gotta stop associating the time with manifesting. No, you've not been manifesting. You've been manifesting inconsistently. You've been wavering. You've not been consistent. You've not been persistent. That's exactly what it is. You have not been persisting for all that time, because if you did, you would have gotten what you wanted. I hope this really clarifies what is meant by persisting. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up. This will help my channel grow. I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.